This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, fantastic. All right, hi everybody. I'm Professor Gaston, and you're in Digital Film Video Productions 111. So DFVP 111, and this is a flex course. It is Tuesdays 1 to 5 p.m. All right, so I'm starting off with the idea of what I expect from everybody, and it's real simple. I expect you're going to give your best, and I expect anytime that you cannot provide that you talk to me and let me know. My major focus with every student in this class and with every student I serve as an educator is going to be to help you succeed, help you get paid, help you understand yourself, and to build up upon that so that you can survive this thing of the entertainment business. It's all about you. And never before in history has it been easier to go on and make a name for yourself and get paid with video production, with entertainment business, with everything that we're going to do here. I'm going to show you some of the shortcuts, and we'll get through that. So my student expectations for this class are going to be that you show up and that you do your best. If you cannot be present, you got to let me know. I can't help you if you don't at least communicate with me. We're in a communication business, so you got to be able to talk to me and let me know what's up. In the syllabus and whatnot, you'll find online there with our class how to contact me. I'll give you my cell phone, I'll give you my email. You know where I'm at every Tuesday, 1 to 5 o'clock, right here in this classroom. So there's a lot of ways you can find me and get in touch with me, and I want for you to do that. Listen, life happens. I get that, all right? Life happens, and some things are just not going to get taken care of, and that's all right. But you got to let me know so that I know how I can help you. Attendance is step number one. I got to show who's in class. I got to show who's not in class. And I have to report that every week to the registrar's office. So what I'm going to do with this class and attendance as a whole is you'll see in week one, each of these modules, when you go to your class on your Brightspace, it's going to have week 1, week 2, week 3, whatever. I'm a guy, I like to go 1 week at a time because I'm also a guy that if a teacher puts up 11 weeks worth of modules, in that first week alone, I'm going to do them all. I don't want y'all to do that because then I don't get to know who you are. I can't help you. I can't help determine how to show you a best path forward if you already knocked out the whole course in 1 week and you're going to be gone and doing your next thing. More importantly, we're going to learn baby steps on video production, the entire process of audio, video, distribution, how to edit, all that stuff at the introductory level. But still, it's a step-by-step process. And I think you'll get a little confused if I threw it all up there. So you're going to see each module comes up 1 week at a time. When we finish tonight, I'll go home and do some more, and you'll start to see week 2 pop up. But ultimately, every week you're going to see in the weekly module an attendance assignment. All I need for you to do is sign your name and push submit. It's a text submission, so you can do that right now. You do that whenever you want. Just make sure that you knock it out, let's just say on the class date itself. So today, sometime before tonight, just log on to your account, go into Brightspace, take a look at the assignment where it says attendance, and write your name in that and push submit. That way I know to count you present. Do that all the time because 100% attendance is what we want. More importantly, 100% attendance keeps you economically stable with the Art Institute, and that's another goal we need. All right, we got to make sure that y'all are handling it that way. And the easiest way to get in trouble as a student is non-attendance, and I'm not trying to do that. I will put you as attended so long as you'll hit that submit form every week that you attended. All right, so this flex class, let's talk about that. Right now, you see me in front of a camera, and then I have a large television monitor sitting here behind me, and I want to be able to see that right now. So I'm looking over here, setting this thing up. Give me a second. Okay, there we go. Yeah, and so this camera will follow me around the room. It's my first day of being able to work with this thing. They call this camera an OWL, O-W-L. It's an OWL camera if you want to research that. It's the newest thing for 360 degree integration, and particularly for education. Microphone, audio built in, 360 degree camera here at the top. And I'm going to elevate it, I think, for next week's class so that I can walk around and be with y'all in this class, and also for the remote students, we can take care of that. Right, but anyway, We got a nice new camera. We got a really nice new monitor sitting here behind me, 75 inches. I'm gonna trip y'all out on what you can do with a large monitor like this for television and for video production. Some shortcuts with that. Anyway, it's a very nice toy to have, right? I mean, everything we do, the more toys you have, the better you can do it. So I'm gonna show you all the toys that help make your life easier in this business, but more importantly, right here in this classroom, the Art Institute went out and got us lovely, lovely instruments for education, including this owl camera and this big monitor sitting here behind me. Okay, so a flex class means you are flexible. As a student, you can come into the classroom and be present, or you can stay at home and log in every Tuesday 1 to 5, or you can just log in when you want, because I'm gonna record all these classes every Tuesday 1 to 5, and you can come home and knock it out on your own time. Remember, just hit the attendance button for me, usually every Tuesday, all right? So that way I can knock that out. But otherwise, you're free. You are flexible on how you want to receive my class. I'm a big proponent of this. I think it's the future of education, and I really want to master this. I need your help, all right? So each of you all, whether you're in class or at home, however you're going to access this educational module through the 11 weeks that are forthcoming, I really want your feedback and tell me, Professor Gasson, I like this. Hey, Professor Gasson, I'm not too happy with this, all right? So let me know, because everything that I learned with you all and this new equipment here, I'm going to use for the next class, and I really want to become an expert at making sure that whether you're in class or you're at home remotely, you get the same educational experience. I really believe that can be done, and I'm here today to try to start figuring it out. Okay, so that's the flex class. That's what that is. Grading. Let's talk about grading. Again, I already told in an introductory piece before I even started recording, I don't believe in grading. All right, as I look toward the future of education, grading really won't be a function. It is going to have to change. It probably won't happen in our lifetime. It'll happen in your kids' lifetime, but they'll be moving toward the idea of collaborative participation in grading, which is what we'll do this year, this semester. All right, as a team, we'll look at people's content, we'll look at people's submissions anonymously, and we will talk about them, right? How much work went into it, what'd you do, how you like it, how good is it, right? But at the same time, A to F, you know, I'm just not like that. I'm gonna tell you right now, nobody fails an introductory video class of mine because it's introductory. I don't believe in that. I'm here to help you, but I'm here to also challenge you to do your best, all right? So whatever that means to you, everybody's unique, everyone is their own individual. So I'm here to provide to you the opportunity to excel, to learn, and to grow. But your grades will be reflective simply that you were here, attendance, and that you tried your best. That's really important to me. So I'm realizing right now we're moving into how do we do what we're gonna do? And I'm looking at this camera a lot. So I wanna start looking up and making sure I'm talking to y'all at the same time, but I'm sending y'all online. So even the students in the classroom are now on their computers and accessing content. And I think that's wonderful, all right? So we're all gonna become integrated in what is to become a classroom of virtual and residential students free to do as they wish. All right, so here we go. We're going to talk about now the Art Institute assets. What this place offers to you as a producer, as a director, as a filmmaker, as a video content distributor, it's all right there. In this building, our Houston location on the second floor has a room they call the cage, and the cage is where all the equipment is. So as a student, you take your student ID, you go check out this wonderful equipment, and you do what you want. All right, I'm going to walk you through all the equipment that they have down there that's pertinent to making content, making sure you understand it all, what to do with it all. Then you go down there and start playing with it yourself. Now, if you're online and virtual, obviously you don't have access to the cage. If you can, come on up to the building where we're located in Houston. Get the equipment you want. You can't make it though, I'm here to tell you it's okay. I'll show you how to play with your phone. I'll show you how to do things with the cameras that you have access to. All right, so no matter what you got, if you got a camera, I'll show you how to do something with it where you can produce no matter where you're at. The next asset that they give you, all the tools, everything you need, what they give you is the Adobe Creative Cloud platform. That is so highly significant. That is an operation online that gives you every Adobe product they make. So we're going to focus on Adobe Premiere Pro, which is the video editing software. but you're going to get Photoshop, you're going to get Illustrator, you got everything you could ever think of, right? If you log on to that, you're going to trip out. Everything that they make is available to y'all, all right? So look at your computer and the space that you have, download the products you want to mess with, and get busy on their online tutorials, because every one of these things I'm already showing y'all the Adobe Premiere Pro tutorials that I need for y'all to get tight with, but every product they make comes with those same tutorials. So if you're curious about Photoshop, play with it, find the time. It's going to need an investment of your time. But I'm gonna tell you right now, in life, that's everybody. You want to do something well, you want to be good at something, it requires investment of your time, because you got to learn, you got to be curious, and then you know, it's a vertical learning curve we live in today. So that if you've got the curiosity and the time, you can go online and watch a YouTube video about anything and learn how to do it. But Adobe makes it real tight. You got access to the Adobe Creative Cloud through your student account. That's one of the things I really want to make sure y'all are tight on. You'll see it in the assignments for this week. Make sure that your email gets you into that and that you understand how to access that. Because starting next week, we're going to start looking at cameras and looking at producing some videos, but y'all are going to have to already have access to that software. I think that's the name. Yeah, the link I put the link into the Brightspace module for this week, but I think you're right. I think it's Adobe CC dot something. I can't remember it right offhand, but it's the Adobe Creative Cloud login. And from what I understand, Art Institute has y'all hooked up to where you just log in with your aii.edu email and it should have access. But I know enough to know the word should doesn't always mean the word does. So it's just because you're supposed to have it doesn't mean you do. And that's why I want for y'all this week to take a look, log in, see if you got problems. If you have problems, then call your student rep for whatever department you're in and tell them I need to be able to log into my Adobe Creative Cloud account and I'm having problems, and they will help you get in and help you get yourself square. That's part of the troubleshooting that I want y'all to handle this week. So next week we can hit the ground running. Another thing we're going to look at is library assets. All right, so a lot of people, like my own kids, are like, nobody goes to the library anymore. I said, yeah, I mean, people do. It's just online. It's all digital now. Every time you go to Google, you're basically going to what I used to call a library. It's a database for information, wealth, and resources. So the Art Institute has its own system of libraries, and they've digitized everything for y'all. So regardless of what campus you're on, you have access to a wonderful wealth of information. Now, what does that mean for us in video production? I want you to go and take a look at some things that they offer. I sent you a link. I put a link in that little Brightspace module for this week. Click on it. Take a little bit of time and look around, but I'm going to give you a hint. There's something called story blocks. Everything they give to us as assets for the library is put into alphabetical order, A to Z. Hit the S and then hit the story blocks link and tell me, research it and see, tell me in a little submission right there, text submission, send me a little sentence or two about what you think about that and how you might be able to use that for video and audio. All right, you won't believe what's being made available right there. I'll tell you right now, and everything that I do professionally, I use that account myself professionally. And professionally, you got to pay like $400, $500 a year just to have access to that. They're giving it to y'all and including with your tuition. So I want for y'all to understand how important that is, right? But you got to go yourself. You got to look at the link. You got to study it. So hit me back with that as part of another assignment for the week. Take a look at that. Get to know your library assets and what your library is providing for y'all. It's buku exciting, and it's just buku valuable to you to be able to produce and be creative. It's all there. All right. All the equipment in that cage that we talked about, get to know it. I just heard from the guy running the cage now. They took the IT guy. They asked him to help run the cage as well. And the first thing they're doing is they're going to get us an inventory. So I told him, Luis, man, send me that inventory as soon as you can, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the inventory of everything they got. And I'm going to teach y'all specifically for the equipment that you have access to in the cage. So again, fastest point between fastest way is a straight line. I want for y'all to understand all the equipment that you need in there and how to use it. So within a day or two, you could be up and running and doing anything you want, at least playing with it and getting to understand it. That's going to be so exciting. I will do the exact same thing for anybody remotely that has their own cameras or has, you can't get to the cage here in Houston or cage, let's say you're at another Art Institute campus and you can't get there. Let me know what equipment you're working with, send me make and model. And I'll help you use exactly what you got to do everything you need to do. Don't worry. All right. I want to go to the idea of entertainment business. We're all in the entertainment business, whether you want to be or not. You're going to start putting up some videos and trying to distribute it. We were talking a little bit about this before I push record, but I want to get it on tape right now. That's old school tape, but it's digital, so I want to get it in the recording. This business will seek to beat you down. The business is going to always tell you no. Can't take no for an answer, right? You understand you can do it. You believe in yourself. You built yourself up. You know what you know, and there's always a way to get it done. Always a way. So don't ever take no for an answer, and more importantly, don't even listen to the no's because you don't even know where they're coming from. 9 times out of 10, you're probably stepping on someone's toes. They probably had a bad day. You might be doing something competitive for them. They might not want you to succeed. They might, who knows, who cares? Don't listen. All right, take the constructive feedback. All right, everybody's in this business going to tell you what they think. That's okay. Take the good stuff of what they think and use it, make yourself better. But don't listen to the bad stuff when they're trying to mess with you, because it'll just hold you down and you'll never go forward. All right. Within what you have access to, just through the Art Institute itself, you have everything you need to become anything you want. The only limitation is your imagination. I tell people that all the time. But in this building, in this particular environment, this is nothing but creativity going on. Only limitation is your imagination. Think way out the box. Come to me, ask me, email me, talk to me, call me. I'll help you get wherever you want to go. All right, but believe in yourself, because on a bad day, it's gonna be a rough day, and you just need to know I'm gonna get up tomorrow and do it again. So that's really important. Next thing I want to tell you about entertainment business: your name is the most valuable asset you have. They're gonna know you by your last name, your first name. They're gonna know you by you. So you're only as good as your last gig, and you're only as good as you can possibly be. But your name means everything. So don't trash your name. Make sure you're doing it right. Make sure if you say you're going to do something, you're held accountable to yourself. There's no one else going to hold you accountable. They're just not going to use you no more. This business, I'm in Houston, Texas, and I've been in this business for all my life, carried my gear from my dad, but then I went and did a lot of oil and gas around the world because I really thought international business is where I wanted to go. And then my dad died, and I ended up coming right back to Houston and running production companies. So I fell in love with the opportunity and what we do. There's no real better business than being involved in entertainment and video and whatnot. But ultimately, the goal here is that it's a small world. All right, Houston now considered to be third largest city in the nation. Jumped over Chicago in that realm. Nobody talks about it, but it's true. But I'll tell you right now, for video production, for television production, event production, it's a small city. Everybody knows everybody. You're going to get to know that. Even in this building in the Art Institute, get to know your friends, get to know your network, get to know your classmates. Even if you're online, look up your classmates, send them an email, tell them what your dreams and stuff are, see what they're doing. I'm going to try to collaborate that way with us as a team as we go through this next 11 weeks. But your network is everything. But also your network will get you paid or it'll get you fired, because they're going to know you. They're going to know, are you good or are you not? All right, so make sure that you're the good one, because it's a small network, even in the third largest city in the nation. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody knows who to call. And more importantly, everybody knows who not to call. You don't want to be on that don't call list. Okay, so make sure you handle your business well and you take care of yourself and keep your name worth something. All right, I want to talk about our course schedule and how we're going to go through it now. How are we doing? Oh, good. We're doing great on time. All right, so the video production process is going to carry us all the way through the next 11 weeks. And for us, that's going to be audio, lighting, editing, and then distribution. All right, so that's a 5-step process. It's a lot. We're going to touch on it every week. But by the time we get done, when we walk out of this class and we're done after the 11 weeks, you're going to know all about your equipment. You're going to know all about how to make a video, shoot a video. Then you're going to know how to edit the video, and then you're going to know how to distribute it, put it up to YouTube, put it up to Vimeo, put it up to someone's personal web site, how to do HTML uploads. You're going to know all of this, so that my goal is that by the time we wrap up this course, even though it's introductory level, you're going to be able to go out there and do anything you might want to do. And then on your own time, you go on and make yourself a little stronger, a little faster, a little better, right? Enhance the knowledge you gain out of this course. But ultimately, you're going to get those 5 steps of how to do it. And it's all so important. It all comes together wonderfully when you make a good video. And I like to say that when I'm creative making videos, I really seek to produce emotion. I might want to make you laugh. I might want to make you cry. I might want to make you support an endeavor. I do a lot of nonprofit stuff. So for that, it's all about the fundraising. So I want to try to motivate people to reach in their wallet and pay this nonprofit group and help them get the financing they need. But see, that's an emotional play. So I'm trying to build a video, shoot a video, edit a video, produce a video, and distribute a video that's going to create emotion and push people toward where I want them to go. You'll see it all the time. If you're watching movies, all right, so you see that on a movie and you see that arc building, right, from beginning to end of character development. Music plays a lot into the emotion. They drive you where they want for you to go so that you're crying or you're happy when things happen on screen. All right, so that takes the time of the show arc and the scripting and whatnot. We probably are not going to get into scripting in this course. I know the Art Institute has at least a couple of courses just on script writing, so I don't go down that road. All right, but I will show you how to shoot stuff. We will talk about documentaries. We'll talk about music videos. We'll talk about anything that you might want to do personally for yourself, and then you know, how to put a camera on something and make a video out of it. That's going to be our goal. Okay, so at this point, we've got about 40 minutes into it. Anybody got any questions? How y'all feeling? Yeah?
So you said we cover 5 parts: video, audio, lighting, and whatever.
The 5 parts we're going to talk about is video, audio, lighting, editing, and distribution. That's the 5 steps it takes to come up with something and put it where your audience can see it. It's from beginning to end, right? The whole creative process runs from I got an idea to now the audience is watching it once I built it and made it. Okay, so online, how are we doing? You doing okay over there?
Doing pretty good. I did have a question. I wanted to ask, so I know earlier you mentioned that, what was it? Attendance. So online you want us to submit like an attendance somewhere. Where would we find this area to submit that we've attended? Do we stop the submit even though we've shown up to the flex class, or is this only applicable if we can't make it to the flex class?
That's a good question. And the answer is a simple one. Every week in the weekly module, the first assignment you're going to see is attendance. So click on that, open that little part up, that assignment up, and then you'll see a submission box in there, and just write your name in the submission box and hit submit. And you have officially submitted your attendance for that week's class.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
I want it to be as simple as possible.
Cool.
And I think what I'll do is I'll probably leave that box open for the week of that class, so that as long as you do it anytime that week, we're going to be set. Now, you know what? Hang on. They want me to turn in attendance early in the week. So what I'll do is we meet on Tuesdays. Let's just say today that by Wednesday of each week, you've already clicked that box and submitted your name for the attendance for that week. Is that okay?
Yep.
Yes, you see that in the learning path on the bright space. If you click on week 1, you should see something that says attendance. And if you open that module up, it should just be type your name in that box and hit submit. Okay, good, good, good. Because what'll happen is I'll get the notification that you sent it, plus I'll get your name and I'll just use the name that you wrote in that box. I'm gonna write it on my submission to the registrar each and every week. But I know I'm gonna send in the register list on Wednesdays. So if you'll do it anytime before then, we'll be square. Okay. What can I do to help anybody, right? So that's where I want to take y'all now. One of the things you're going to see in the assignments for this week, week 1, is just introduction. Introduction to yourself. Introduction to letting me know who you are, kind of what you want to do, how you're going to do it, so that I can help y'all get where you need to be. It's not where you need to be, where you want to be. I mean, one of the beautiful things about what we do is I literally left oil and gas when my kids were little bitty because I wanted to be at home with them the entire time. This is long before COVID. This was 1999. And I left because they were sending me all around the world. I was just never at home. And so I was like, what can I do, right? And I was thinking about video. I was thinking about what I did with my dad. And so I just said, you know, I'm gonna stay home. And I just went to town and went to work. And I started shooting news. I'll teach y'all how to do that, how to go out and just be a stringer. And even with your camera, I'll show you how you can shoot stuff for the news. Every news channel now, whether it's a local news channel or it's an international CNN, they all got a phone number. They all got a website now. You could shoot something, send it to them, get paid. In my day, it was about $100 a story. But if you sold it to every station in town, you're making $500–600 a night on one story. Some nights I'd be shooting 4 or 5 different stories, right? I mean, you could make a living. And I was home in time to have my kids come out of school, take them to school, come home from school. I did that for a while. Then that immediately turned into, hey man, can you do a commercial for us? Can you do an infomercial for us? Can you help us make original programming? I mean, just one step at a time, you could end up growing bigger than you ever dreamed. So it's a beautiful business to be a part of, but that was my story. I want to know each of y'all's stories so that I can help y'all do the same. You might not want to do that. You might want to do music videos. You might want to do fashion. You might want to, who knows, all right? But I've been there, done that on anything you can imagine, and I got buku ideas, and I'm real savvy on the idea of the use of the newest technology in order to expedite your achievements, right? So main thing is, only limitation is your imagination. You can do anything you dream of. And I just want for y'all to know that. The main thing that's going to bless me the most when we get done with this course is that each and every one of y'all understand who you are, you believe in yourself, and more importantly, you know that you can do anything you want to do. That's the most important goal I can achieve for y'all as students in this class. Not even talking about cameras, audio, video, lighting, distribution, just about you as a person. Because this business, you're going to see immediately once you get out there, the business is rough. But it's the only business I know of where you go 0 to hero in 1 year. I used to tell them before COVID, I was teaching a class. One of my first classes ever was 2018, 2019. And it was right when Lil Nas X came up with his song, whatever that little cowboy song was, right? And I told the kids, man, do y'all understand that man was sleeping on the floor of like his sister's apartment or something? He had a hook in his head. He just knew it. And people told him that ain't gonna work. He'll tell you the story himself. I heard it so many times. That ain't gonna work. That music ain't no good. Blah, 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 blah. And he's sleeping on the floor. And he's still telling them, no, man, I believe in it. I believe in it. I think it's gonna work. And he steady, just kept going, kept trying, kept going, and boom, it hit. Right? I think somebody told me he bought that track for like $30 or something crazy. And he made it work because he believed in himself. That was the key. He kept getting up when people kept trying to push him down. But that's what I'm telling you, this business, he went from 0 to hero in less than a year. I've heard that from everybody I've ever interviewed on the good ones. I've interviewed everybody, been with them. I love, my favorite place to be is backstage with musical artists. I just really like the musical scene. But ultimately, creativity is paramount. And right now, there are so many, it's really limitless, the opportunities that you have to express yourself creatively and to be able to do it in such a way maybe nobody's seen before. Or maybe you do it in a different way. People just trip out on and they love it, right? You can build your own audience. Everything's all about what you can do because you can do it now. You just got to believe in yourself. It's all out there. So over the next 11 weeks, I want to get to know y'all, help y'all, build y'all up, and then turn you loose, man, and see what comes next, because I can't wait to see how y'all progress and go forward. Okay, now, one of the beautiful things about the Flex class is that particularly on introduction day, we wrap up quick. So I've hit everything that we have here. I'm also going to tell you that I'm in the news business. I'll still run a studio downtown. If CNN needs something, if Fox News needs something, I shoot for all these people, but I run a studio where they just send them to me. So I put them on. You watch Fox News, you never know when it's coming out of Houston, but if it does, it's coming out of my studio. What I'm getting at is, if they need something at the studio between 1 and 5 on a Tuesday, I'm gonna go handle my job. I'm gonna let you know. So for this class in particular, make sure when you get up on a Tuesday morning, let's just say a couple hours before you come to this classroom or before you log on, make sure you check your email, because if I can't make it, I'm gonna send you an email. But the beautiful thing about the Flex is just like y'all are flexible, I'm flexible too. So I can handle my own operations and still make sure I'm teaching y'all. If I do go out and we move the classroom, it's just gonna move to online. But each week, before y'all even get, like today, we're gonna move already into week 1, and then at some point in the middle of the week, you're gonna see next week's stuff pop up. So sometime between now and the weekend, you'll see week 2 pop up. And you can start doing week 2 stuff. But when I do that, I'm always aware of the fact that next Tuesday I might get called to the studio and have to do a live hit for somebody, and I may have to make it all online. So that's where I'm trying to make sure y'all know. Check your emails every Tuesday morning before you show up at 1 o'clock on this class, and make sure that I'm not having to go to the studio. For everybody in class, or if you're external remote but you're close by, I'm going to take everybody down to the studio, show y'all around. At some point we'll have a little field trip, kind of show you how that works, because the illusion of television is another thing I really want for y'all to understand. Everything that y'all look at in movies, everything you look at on television, it doesn't matter where you're looking at, it's all an illusion. It looks bigger than life, but when you see it in real life, it is so much smaller. And I want for your brain to wrap around that. Production, what we do with video production, television production, cinematic production, right? It's almost always much more on screen than what it is in real life. And that, once you understand that, once you can begin to visualize that, you understand, more importantly, that you can do it. You can do it. You can do it in your garage. You can do it in your bedroom. You can do it in a warehouse that you got access to. You don't need a soundstage. You don't need a super studio. You don't need any of that, right? You just basically need something about the size of a kitchen or smaller, but you need to know what to do with it. That's the key. How do you have equipment? What equipment do you have? And how are we going to use that equipment to make the illusion of the production you want to make? So I want to show you all that. Check your emails every Tuesday before you get ready to come to class. Make sure class is still going on. And then more importantly, handle your business. Make sure you check in with the attendance each week on the module. Make sure that you got any questions, you come to me, right? You talk to me now, you hit me up on my cell phone, you text me, you email me, whatever. And it's not even about this class, all right? I coach all my kids in sports. They all did really well in sports. I tend to operate more as a coach than a teacher, right? So you either understand that or you don't. But what I'm trying to explain to you is I'm here for you. Your success is what drives me, right? Not do you know how to use a camera or anything like that, because I'll show you all that. That's the easy part. How do I help you understand to believe in yourself and to be the best that you can be? The same that I would teach my kids athletically, I'm going to do it for y'all academically and professionally in the video business. All right. We're going to wrap up at 2 o'clock. So where's that put us? About an hour in. If y'all don't have any questions, y'all got anything?
I did ask you a question.
Okay.
So we don't need a video camera. Right?
No.
However, I have very old video camera.
Okay.
I kind of want to get used to it.
All right.
So if you don't mind, can I bring it next week?
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay.
Question from a student in the class is he has a camera of his own, worried that it's a little older, wants to bring it up, and can we figure out how to use it? And the answer is yes. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Make or model don't matter, right? Make or model may give you an interesting perspective with the way that it shoots, right? That nobody else might not have. So use the equipment that you have in order to build yourself up to get more equipment, right? That's paramount on how we do it. So absolutely, bring your camera up. Let me know if y'all are at home online. Like I said, send me make a model of the cameras you got or you're thinking about getting. I'll help you. I help you because I know where you want to go. If you just tell me make a model of a camera, but I don't know what you're trying to achieve, I can't really help you because I need to know what you're trying to do, and then I'll let you know with the idea, the context of the equipment you're using, how best to do it. But absolutely, anything you got, right? Let's make what you got work, and then work for you so that you can be moving forward. And same thing with y'all at home. Just send me an email, tell me make a model of the equipment you have that your friend has or whatever. If it's a phone, tell me that. All right, I'll give you all the things you need to know, how best to use the equipment that you do have. And then on the flip side, if you're anywhere near an Art Institute campus, come on in when you can, bring your ID, check out some of this equipment that we have here and get used to that as well, okay? But I'm gonna show you how to use a camera, not the camera, right? So it's not based upon an exact make and model. Although for the cage here, I will do that for Art Institute so that you can have that. But my goal is, how do you use a camera? How do you make lighting? Not just using a particular piece of lighting equipment, but how best to use light. Like if you just have sunlight outside, how can you do it? If we're inside, how can you light it, right? I'll show you all the tricks so that right now, using anything you got access to, above and beyond the professional equipment here in the cage at the Art Institute itself, you can get to making stuff. All right, so that's going to be so much fun. But yes, absolutely. Bring any equipment you got. I can't wait to see it. LH, you okay? Good. Okay. Madeline, you okay?
Yep, doing good.
Okay. Fantastic. All right. So y'all got what you need. I'm gonna cut us loose. I'm not a guy that's probably going to ever go the full 4 hours. What'll happen is, as we move into these classes now, starting next week, you're going to get some assignments that are going to require you to go, particularly the students in class, go down to the cage, get some equipment, go shoot around the building. You're going to get production assignments. This is key. I'm a guy that knows that the answers are in the doing. So I'm not a lecture kind of guy because I'd rather give you a piece of equipment or have you have your own equipment, and I'd rather send you out and tell you to go do something and then come back and talk to me, because you're going to learn much faster and become much more adept at what we do here when you're out there doing it. The answers are in the doing. So I'm always going to try to use at least some of our class time to always send y'all out on projects, always send y'all to go do something, experiment, practice, get better at it, but by doing it, not by talking about doing it. All right, so that's going to be key. We'll start going down that road next week, but you can pretty much bet that there won't be a class other than maybe our last class that'll run, you know, the full 4 hours. I know we're scheduled Tuesday 1 to 5. Most of the time, I'll do what I'm doing right now. We'll talk a little bit. We'll go over any questions. We'll go over stuff from the week prior. Then we'll start moving into this week's assignments. But then it's really going to literally turn into assignments, and you'll be asked and tasked to go forward and do some work, and hit me back with, you know, how's it going? And then I will educate and teach you as within the process of your doing it. That's going to be paramount to getting y'all faster, stronger within the 11 weeks that we have. Okay. All right. So if we're doing good, I'm going to wrap this one up. Push the stop on the record button. Remember, you have your assignments in the week 1 module, so make sure you knock those out. They are basic and simple. It's mostly driven by the idea, help me know you so that I can help you. Okay. It's been a pleasure. Madeline, you okay?
Yep, doing good.
Good. Okay. Good, good, good. All right. Well, listen, it's been a pleasure. I'm going to wrap it up now. If you need anything, you got my phone number, you got my email, and I'm here. All right. Oh, office hours. I've got live office hours on Thursday, noon to 1. I think is what I did. It's also in the syllabus. You'll see it. So using this exact, it's not going to be this exact link on GoToMeeting. I have a separate link on the GoToMeeting. So identify that link and just tap in on Thursdays 12 to 1. I'll be there if you ever need anything. Okay, otherwise you just call me. You're not going to bother me. Use my cell phone, text me, but tell me your name so I know who I'm talking to until I write down your phone number and I know everybody by phone number. But in the meantime, text me, email me. Don't be shy. All right, we're in a communication business. I can't help you if you won't talk to me. Okay, but that's it. That's what I got. Okay, I'm gonna push stop, and y'all have a great day and have a good week. I look forward to working with y'all.
Look forward to working with you too.
Okay, bye-bye, y'all.
Bye, see ya.